Hello there everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're playing DmC 2013 version, and we're playing on the hardest difficulty. This is mission 3, it's entitled Bloodline, not Bloodlines. I was thinking of Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis. Not too good of a game, but definitely this game is much better. No need to even compare those games in a way, but this guy here, he's got that hook available on his back. You could hook onto him. After he does his charge, he will let you hook onto him, and then you could smash him. So I apologize that the quality of the last video wasn't too good. I had to downgrade its quality to 75% due to the excessive file size. So this video will be back up to the normal 90% quality. I can't do 100, otherwise the file size will double. What irritates me a little bit is anytime you go hit a smashable object, like those little things that are in the environment, they withdraw from you, and it's really annoying. I hate it. But this guy here, we saw this guy in the last video, and I told you how to beat him, but I'll just keep telling you how. Might as well. He's got those swords. There's his slash attack that if it hits you, you're going to be in big trouble. So evading it is good, but doing the demon dodge to do the bayonetta evasion where you got your witch time, I thought that was really good. I mean, I like that conceit in this game. So you can't always grab him. You're only going to be able to grab him when he's not in a defensive posture. So just keep doing this, just waiting for him to come out of his vortex. Keep slashing at him. And it's pretty much up to you what you want to use. I would not use the angel weapons on this guy. It's just going to take too long. You need to use the sledgehammer, the arbiter, or you need to use the I'm just going to call them the power gloves, for lack of a better word, because not only do I not know how to pronounce RX, or I don't even know what it is. It's just not a fun word to even say. So I'll just say the power gloves, and you'll know what it means. So just watch out for, after you do your demon evade, just watch out for him when he tries to counterattack your move, which happens very frequently. Just assume that he's going to counterattack. That's what I would say, because then you will always be ready to move out of the way to do your demon dodge. But again, after you evade from a counterattack, just always put it in the back of your mind that he might just counterattack me again. So fortunately, we're facing these really tough enemies, only, one-on-one, but we'll have some difficult encounters down the line, so we're not going to be able to cross that chasm quite yet, so just move forward here. We'll have another fight, and we have some dogs, and then we'll have a butcher coming in to the picture. So it takes 2 detonation charges from the kablooey to take these guys down, so it's either this weapon or the shotgun if you want to. It's just really easy to deal with them with the projectile weapon. And then I'm going to use the power gloves on this guy coming up, because I don't know really why. It's just a faster weapon. I know it's a little bit weaker than the arbiter, but just don't worry about the dogs too much, because as you can see, like right here, he's going to. I really love the what's it called? It's a term for it. It's like free damage that you get for enemy kills. Friendly fire, it's called. So you want to be punching his womb area where there's some kind of like a demon face inside of it. Really cool. Now, I think the best way to deal with this guy, when you're trying to do your demon dodge, evade like south of him, because he's got attacks that are like to your west and east, and it's really hard to avoid them. But did you see how I rolled right through that attack? I was mentioning that in the previous video, and I thought that I might be wrong, but that just proves that you can just roll right through projectiles. Okay, so this encounter is very easy, and you know what that is right there? That little yellow orb hovering in the environment. That's from one of my shotgun blast. When you're holding the shotgun and it detonates, it just stayed in the environment, so it's kind of bizarre. But I always feel like there should be no reason to get hit by these chainsaw wielders. but even the best of us will get, you know, just eviscerated by them from time to time. Just realize that you can't launch them or grab them when they're glowing yellow. And the camera screwed me a little bit right there, but I don't like blaming the game for my mistakes. I really don't. I mean, I have a pretty, I'll admit it, I have a pretty big ego, and sometimes doing these videos strokes that ego, and I'm the first to admit it, I know it, but I can't stand watching people that play and they constantly blame the game, you know, even though the game might have done something. Just own up to your mistakes. It's the admirable thing to do. I mean, sometimes there might be something that truly was not your fault, but still. So I'm really looking forward to this guide. I do have a lot of obligations in my personal life, so I should be able to complete this. I mean, I will complete it, but just, you know, give it some time. The thing that I hate to do the most is to cancel a project, because I know people are already invested watching it, and when I just remove the videos, I know people are going to get pissed, and I just realize that I feel tremendously guilty when I do that, but I do it for the sake of my own, sometimes my own sanity, sometimes my own, just for my own, just so I could go on with my life and not have to be burdened by something that I can't physically do at that moment in time. So these sections here, this is the third one that we've done, and I mean, after you do it the first time, there really is no reason to even be enjoying the fact that you're doing this. It's strictly, when you don't know how to play the game, it's very fun, but when you already know how to play the game, it's just a tedious formality here. Okay, so we're almost out of here. We've almost got the hang of it, as Dante just said. Another reason that, like, I don't like bosses, in particular this series, they have a way of making you fight the same fucking boss like so many goddamn times. It started in DmC 3, like there's one chapter at the end of the game where like it's all just refight the same boss, refight the same boss. You have to do it again in DmC 4, and so this is the last fight. And it's like, not only do I hate boss fights, but I hate redoing like a level of just bosses that I've already done. So we've got the Stygians down here and the Pathos enemies. What you need to do is just launch up to them and then pull their shields from them. Their shield is not so indefensible though that you can't just bust it with the sledgehammer from the air. So you can do that if you want to. And I like using the projectile weapons in this game. I'm sure a lot of people will find it kind of funny that I use the guns so much, but even though they are underpowered for a reason, I still think they should be maybe 15 to 20% stronger than they actually are. And I've said that before. Just personal preference. Okay, so this really wasn't that tough of a chapter. We're going to get a checkpoint over here. I think. No, I don't think you get a checkpoint. Pretty certain that there's no checkpoint here. Usually there'll be a cutscene. So right there I'm just throwing the swords back at her. But somehow I got locked out of that last one and I couldn't attack her. Also, the more that you don't look at the enemies or keep them off the screen, the less aggressive they will be, and the more they will just kind of pacify themselves off screen. They will, I mean, it's not set in stone that they'll never attack you, and sometimes the camera will actually pivot over to where they are because it thinks that you're trying to move towards them. But if you're in a really dangerous situation and you have a lot of enemies after you and you just want to focus on like this enemy here, just when you're attacking it, don't like look behind you to see where the other enemy is. Just try to avoid doing that. Otherwise, he's going to aggro more than he already is. I mean, he is aggroed, so to speak, but like his aggro will increase and he will come over to you. So sometimes, like for instance, when I'm doing the trillion stabs move, you can cancel out of it, but sometimes, like when there's other enemies, I'm kind of tempted to swivel the camera around to see if I need to cancel out of it, but my better judgment usually prevails and tells me that if I'm just looking at that one enemy, then the other enemies are probably not going to attack me. But I mean, if you've got like a butcher in the arena around you, I wouldn't just not try to make him pacified, because normally he's throwing projectiles at you, so it doesn't work too well. But this was a pretty short and sweet chapter. I like it, not because it's easy, but just because it's just a concise chapter with some fun battles. So I'm actually pretty grateful about the speed of those beasts. But anyway, I can't speak anymore. We're going to be on mission 4. Thanks for watching.